So I thought I'd do something a little bit different for the last stream of the year of 2022. I think the stream title might give a clue. The t-shirt might give a clue as well. But yeah, no rig today. Just gonna chill out for maybe an hour or something. The front page of HarborBot will probably give a clue as well. See a couple of scores pop up here that might be kind of interesting to some people. Yeah, so no rig today. None at all. I can't do any more streams this year, and it's been about 30 degrees today, so not exactly the best benching weather, let's say. But while some other stuff is still going on in the background, I thought I'd run through a few subs, like a few highlights from this year. I'm actually curious to see. I've probably forgotten what I've done this year. I don't even know how I can get into my seasonal ranking, to be honest. Like, I assume it's through here somewhere, through points. Yeah. So what actually counts towards your ranking is these two. Then these three count towards your seasonal results, which somehow has stuff from 2018 in it, so that's not great. I think Harbor points is more interesting. 70 pointer. Oh, forks. Don't worry, it'll recalculate. So 03. That's definitely a good starting point. This is a few gens old now, but well, it's one gen old. So this 12600KF I still have. The meet was fun. I can't really talk about it until a certain hour later on. So 7.1 on Alder on an i5 is pretty nice. The new board, so what I'll say is that the new 790 board has certain things in its BIOS that made it a bit easier to run CSM mode without having all sorts of fun on cold, which is what I had with this, with the 5970, HD 5970, yeah. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to think. So the cool thing about this was, this Kintaro score is on LN2 on both cores, and on CPU as well. I guess it might have been a single stage. Yeah, so single stage on the CPU, but LN2 on the card. And it's a shame there's no rig pick. But if I go into you know what, the one thing that HarborBot needs is a way to get into the ranking of that one particular bench that you're currently looking at, because I know you have it on the sidebar, but to actually get, and of course I hate the way this stuff has been reordered in some sort of weird alphabetical way. So Always and Salty are new scores. I think they're both on Chiller. Let's have a look, actually. So maybe Dice, no, 5.7. This would probably be a 5.8. Cheers, by the way, and Happy New Year and all that crap. 5.8. So they got close. But you see here, 235 less core. A beer. I can show you the beer. It's Birra Moretti, l'autentica. My Italian accent is terrible. This is probably offensive, to be honest, but the viewership of this stream is small enough that hopefully no one will get offended by that. So Kintaro's score was from 7700K, so 2017, not as old as I thought it would be, but basically I had been looking at this score as a target, even from the days of when 54 Harbor points was the top score. By the way, is sound and picture desynced, or is that just on my end? But on let's say coffee, comma rocket, I don't think I could have gotten first. It needed the sort of IPC increase. Would you call it an IPC increase? Maybe just the cash increase and all that from Alder Lake to get first. And because I love O3, O3 is the best. I'm going to look at the subtests. I think this is still a run with the bad nature. Let's see. So my score is going to be left. Oh, that's right. I can't actually do that, can I? Okay. Well, you just have to take my word for it. So 3.3 GD1. Middle tests don't mean much, but 1.1 nature. And you see here 1.2 nature. So obviously the GPU really helps there. 12700. 12900 GD3. Hopefully that's not bugged. Yeah. Same bad taste for beer. Yeah, exactly. Look, it was a case for 54 pounds. What the fuck am I smoking? 54 Aussie dollars, dollary dues, and yeah, it was good. XT you can skip over. This is fun. Let's see what the front page is looking like. Once the front page is filled, I'm going to the front page. But as of now, I'm looking through old scores. So this chip, I only benched about a month ago. I forgot that I got first in R20. I think Kepi had pretty bad efficiency. Well, it was. Let's see if we can nail down on what it's actually related to. So I'm doing 1600, 12, 12, 12. When he's doing on his 4K display, single channel and only 2800 C16. Okay, well that makes sense. Another 5970 score. This one was great. This one I had a lot of fun with. Again, like about 2 months ago. So my previous score was 9 points less, but that's actually an eternity. So 7.6 for the previous score on what was the RAM on this? Like 2700 RAM or something, or 2666. Come on, Hetzner hosting. That's on my. Oh, okay. Only about 2530 RAM. But that was with the CPU max at 2.1 volts. Actually, the rig pick isn't as insane as I thought it would be on my tequila sticks. So that's 1219, which is actually, I think, one Cinebench lower than 3 Cinebench lower than Kikone. So he had more CPU Northbridge, I think, was the deciding factor there. But the scaling this high isn't amazing anyway. But 4.4 on core on in a multi-core bench is pretty good. Great. I have backups, by the way. So here I'm beating him 6 points because I did cold RAM for this because I knew I was basically maxing everything else. I mean, 2.1 V core at that point, you're probably going to kill your board on an 8 core. It's a nice pick. So I have backups. This is just on the PC profile that comes with the board, but on nice high RAM for FX standards anyway. But I have backups at 6.10.6. Yeah, that was a fun score. That was a really fun score. And I don't think that's kind of lame. Oh, here we go. This is what I was trying to look for. So XTUs, I don't care about. Oh, 1M on 720 Black Edition. Now that's interesting. April, I don't remember doing this. 6.2 is really high. So 720 Black Edition. Considering the top valid is 6.25. Where did this Solcorn person come from? Oh, this is an old sub, I think. 3900 KF. But you don't need 24 cores for gaming. What are you doing? 2009. Nice. So 1M. So here we've got unfinished business because in 32M and PyFast I'm still behind Bones. Not much in it in terms of core, but I think he just has way better RAM. Better than 8+0 sometimes in gaming. I sort of doubt it. But what do I know about gaming? What kind of gaming is it? Factorio? 836 C66 and then 736. So I actually, that comment about Dewar being empty. So June 2021, I think I might have posted a backup or something because this is coming up in my 2022 ranking. Yeah, Overclockers League 2022. Yeah. Oh, that's the 32M. Where's my 1M? Someone say Factorio. Oop. So how much am I ahead by? I don't think his chip is as good single core. Okay, so 100 megahertz. It's not bad. When did I bench this? April or something? Yeah. So on 1M, it's that was on my Crosshair 4. I've bought a new one. It died. I made the mistake of using it to straighten some pins, basically. Okay, onwards and upwards. Another 5970 score, another 3600 score. 7970. This was a good score. It's just that obviously, you know, these two are on Raptor and I'm on Alder, but 7.1. Waiting for a big score to drop. Yeah, so 7.1 on Alder. Crazy 85. So what Crazy 85 did different was same CPU frequency, but LN2 on the card, and 1400 for 7970 isn't even that amazing. So I was sort of half debating trying to beat this score on Alder, but now with Raptor out, I'll just beat Matt. So I have an 8.1-ish 12600K, so that should do for this. LGA 1700 streams. I'm all done with LGA 1700 for this year, I think. 5870. This was a bit of a sad state of affairs because actually Salty beat me. What did Brutek do different? Oh, this is on water. Okay. Wow, water score that high in my ranking. That's not saying much about 2022. So Salty 1200 on his cards. That's okay for dice, I suppose. Okay. What else stands out? So 06 on the 7700 or GTX 770. Hey, Spit. Yeah, Salty beat me on dice. So this was, I think I was running on out of LN2 or something. There was something weird going on here. Yeah, that's definitely a rebench worthy bench. 62 for first. Okay. Frequency. So this, I'm trying to work together with someone to basically prove that this is the first place score, because I've heard it from a reliable industry source that the 63.75 multi on AM4 and AM5 is bugged. So this score is fake, as you can probably tell. I mean, all of these people have good chips, and then someone is just 330 megahertz ahead. So, and that bencher does nothing except valids, basically, frequency and core. Okay, nearly there now for the rundown. Surprisingly, not much in terms of like diversity of scores here. Is there anything big for global? I suppose I could talk about the heartbreak of the 5300G. Yeah. Having problems getting 295X2s on Win 7. So do you own the cards and you're trying to get them running? Or are you trying to buy them? It's two different things. Okay, so my scores from this bench meet are up already, so I can talk about those. So I got a chip that's 94 biscuits on the Z690 Tachyon, and that basically means either a great chip with a cold bug or a great chip without a cold bug. So that's the first thing I ran down in Adelaide at the bench meet, and I got an 8.2 out of it. Just randomly, what was I even running? So here's a Dura capacity, and very important, here's our fridge capacity. Those two things go hand in hand. So I ran off an 8.2. I didn't try XP actually. What's up? Trying to get it to boot. Well, you need to get CSM working. So what was this? This was my Win 10. So yeah, nice chip. But the stuff that I was actually working on was SuperPi. I just did it to see what was the maximum benchable thing. So 8.14 isn't so bad. But also I can run it on XP. Since I'm boycotting Benchmade, 32M is a total lost cause because you have to run it on Win 10 with Benchmade because that's fastest. So 75. Never do math on screen. 3663 times 2. Yeah, 7326 RAM. Yeah, I think forks, people are starting to come around. I mean, anyone will tell you as soon as Benchmade was out, I said it was BS. Some people had hopes for it, and it's good to be optimistic. It's good to, give things a chance because before you dismiss them. But now we have finally and unequivocally and irredeemably arrived at the stage where Benchmade is just a total fucking joke, with inbuilt tweaks and fake Cinebench scores. So yeah, I'm boycotting it. I had that in my live stream title last time and I didn't talk about it, but yeah, no more Benchmade on the stream. But there's plenty of other good benches around. So maybe taking this as an example, 7-zip you need to run with Benchmade. Cinebench 2003, no integration. The other Cinebench is very, very tough without the Benchmade because they score worse. Valid you can do without. All the Geek benches you can do without. GPU Pi scores the same with or without, so you can do it without. Obviously this time Spy Extreme stuff is without. There's some talk of X265 being integrated. I hope that doesn't happen. I'm very grateful that the programmer for Geekbench didn't bend his knee to Matt and refuse integration. That's great because Geekbench is actually a great bench. So X265 is Java based, but there was some talk of it maybe getting integrated. I hope that doesn't happen. All the PC Macs, no Benchmade integration. PiFast, fastest on XP, so that's great. 1M, I would say similar or the same speed on XP and Win 10. 32M, lost cause. W prime faster on XP, usually for at least 32M. Not sure about 1024M. XTU, no Benchmade integration, so that's great. Y Cruncher, all tweaks available outside of Benchmade, so that's great. And of course, 3D is not getting integrated as of now, so that's also great. Team AU did well. How are we looking in terms of sub scores? Getting there, guys. Getting there. Okay, but. So here was my 1M. 6.99 Encore. That's what people tell me is quite good. Most people run like 6.8 from who I talked to at least. But PyFast. So that's a globally ranked score. Previously my best was I think 11600K or something. So I wanted to get a good score out. So I got a top 10. Running quite on other platforms. I'm used to it running like the same clocks as 1M. So yeah, not sure what's going on there with like an 80 megahertz clock disadvantage. I was really trying hard. I think at 101 BCLK Encore would have been 69. I was really trying to pass that. I think I passed. I'm trying to think. I think I passed it and then I couldn't screenshot or something along those lines. Yeah, so that's Raptor. Where's the rest of my scores? Whoops. Wow, even my chill 12100F comes into the picture for 2022 scores. That's funny. I mean, we can talk about AM5 for a little bit. I had some issues. I think maybe there was a send states patch or something required. I couldn't go above 63.75 multi, so I was upping the BCLK to get the score out. But also, I was still at like minus 130 or something. And since then, Infrared has run the platform, and he's given me some cold volts. He's even AM5 is their new Acco mark. Yeah, I wish. He's given me the cold volts, and he was able to run full pot on a 7950X with one CCD disabled. So for sure there should be some chance of full potting the 7650X since it's one CCD as well. Okay, so infrareds. Here we go. New AMD 32M record. 6.7. Could run full pot on one CCD. Ran out of Alan 2. Would need 7,200 plus for sub 4 minutes. Maybe that's possible on my 7600X on at full pot. The one thing I'll say is TSMC 5nm. They have it. They seem to have it hard locked to 1.55 vCore. Affinity for what? PyFast? I'm not sure what you're saying there. You can set affinity outside of Benchmade if that's what you're implying. I haven't done an evening stream in a while, and now it's showing drop frames, so that's not ideal. Okay. Damn it. Let's start talking about some of these scores. Where do we start? Let's start here. Mr. 0+0. He's refusing to buy into DDR5, which is fair enough. DDR5 is shit. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. I was gonna sugarcoat it, but yeah. So Gigabyte Z590 Tachyon, the end of the line in terms of Gigabyte DDR4 benching boards. And I hope you appreciate the background. Has to use that photo of you. No, I won't show the photos. Okay, so 1866 Gear 1, 4.6 Encore seems... Oh, this is... Oh, it's downclocked for the screenshot. Okay, let's look at the actual sub. 6.9. And I guess Benchmate will show us as well. 4.6 ring. I think he forgot to clock his ring. Oh no, 6.3 Encore. So what do you think about the background? I appreciate it. It's my kind of humor. So I think that was the best of 3 chips. Here's the bencher himself in the bench house kitchen. Yes, benching on a sofa like you have to. So that's nice. And a little bit shy of Carter score. I wonder what was different there. Probably better RAM, to be honest. Yeah, 4000 RAM. Makes sense. Okay, so 32M on an 11900K. Me like... It's hard to scroll through this shit. I mean, we may as well look at a Cinebench 20 score. So this is a global second. E-core is on. Very, very close to safe disk. I wonder what's making a difference here. Is it mandatory to use RAM? RAM for what? Exactly, for benching? You'd hope so. I mean, you'd hope so. Okay, so let's have a quick look. 7575 and just shy of 6 ring and around 8300 RAM. So here we have 7584, lower RAM, higher ring, maybe. No, same ring. Run a system on a dynamic M.2. Not sure what that means. So really close. Of course, the missing part, what I've sort of asked Tarobot to maybe do is add a little field here where you can include your E-core speed, because on a chip like this where you have, 8 E-cores and only 6 P-cores, it actually makes sense to know the speed of the E-cores, because it makes a big difference. And here we all are having a nice little wine tour. That was a lot of fun. And a Hi Cookie visited, first time in 5 years. Came from Taiwan. So that was nice. Okay, moving up along into order of sort of importance, I suppose. An 01 score, yes. 01 is great. Check 35 global score. I will. So 7.8, so not the most amazing chip, but flat BCLK. That disappoints me. But it is on the Z790. 2 GPU Z Windows for you know, good measure. Here's another group shot, also at the same wine tour. Can I go into the rankings? So that's an 11th. Not entirely sure. So is AKM on Raptor? I think Zarok is on Raptor. I think they're all Raptor. Let's check AKM. There must be like yeah. So the big dividing line, surprise, surprise, the big dividing line between Alder and Raptor is going to be the big jump in scores, right? Like this 16,000 points gap. Oh no, just a really crap. Oh, it's a cascade score. Fair enough. Mike is probably on Raptor 2. Splave is on Raptor 2. Even Ova is on Raptor. This is from last CC. Yes, that's on Alder. Go low score. 35 globals for 32M. Sure. Load, please. Is it gonna be like an Ivy Bridge score or something? Okay, let's go low. Let's go low. Almost there. Aim 3. Okay. Is it there already? Is the big score there already? I think we have someone in the chat who's announcing his retirement with this score. There we go. Here's our friend of the chat, friend of the stream, have Fat by Not So Slow Slim on 2 HD 5970s, new Aquamark, global first, 4-way, 8G 3900K, 700K score, even using Ace 8.1 like anyone should on Aqua. Nice, well done. Giving that a like. Neil, don't retire. Sweat, tears, and copious amounts of wine were required. As such, with this WR, I announced my retirement from overclocking. Couldn't do this without the support of Gigabyte and Intel, and for the friends I made along the way: 0+0, Chili Mandinos, Young Pro, Sniper Oz, Carta OC, Agtaz, High Cookie, Uni of Saints, Ginger Nuts, SYF, Karma. Those that couldn't make it: Bob and Zed, Rani OC, Bilko, A. ... Did it cut off? Basket press. Yes, for those who don't know, basket press is a type of wine. A very special and expensive type of wine. Wow, that is a massive score. Yes, it is. I'm wondering, just a preview of what's to come. Are there other scores to be submitted in this general area, I wonder? Hint, hint. Could it be related to the title of this stream? Hint, hint. Okay. Where were we at? So we've had a look at the 01. Carter was busy with Cinebench 20. So here's global seconds, again just shy of this at 7660 or so. We may or may not have broken this benchmark. Yeah, exactly. 7670, 7660. Is it just? And here's the master himself at work on the board he designed himself. Hi, Cookie. I mean, yeah. A shame. It's like this is what's crazy about OC. You'll run a bench that's 500,000 points, and you'll come short by 200 points. Like it's nothing. You think you can just rerun it, but that really happens. Like here in this case, 12.4 thousand points, but the difference is 28. So yeah. Oh, let's have a look at Chili Man's score. So here we go. Another global first. I mean, not as amazing as the Aquamark, but very, very impressive. 6. Oh yeah. Gotta love those shots of the backs of LN2 trucks. With the glorious high cookie hold down and spreaders. This guy makes everything. Board, bins chips, 3D prints, hold downs, makes spreaders. I don't know if those are, I don't think they're 3D printed. They're like, I don't know, machined, I suppose. So very nice. So we've got cold RAM, right? No, that must be ADI then, 7800 or thereabouts, 7600. 7764 for the clock. Ooh, and up by only 3 points. 7-7. Okay, so clock advantage. That makes sense. Drinks many pieces of craft beer, indeed. And tries the local delicacies. All right. So, what's this? I need to leave a comment on everything. Just trolling a little bit. Okay, so there's one global first. Let's have a look at another global first, and then I gotta go down because I just spotted something. 7.8 on an 8 core. Now that is massive, fucking massive. 7792 is a score that was beaten by, you know, still a very small amount. At last, who said? Someone forgot to sign into their forum account. Yeah. So this time RAM on cold. That's what I call a good rig pick. So the new board has different placement for the postcode, and it's quite nice. It's got bigger digits, it's brighter, and it's a different location. And I like the way that I don't know if this already came in with the Z690, but on the Z590 you end up with a cluster of switches under your pot, which is not great because they'll ice up and they're harder to reach, and you'll probably like knock your pot off or something trying to reach them. Yeah. So where did the RAM end up here? 8600. Not bad. Not bad. But let's go back to another score I saw on the front page. 3D Mark 11. Third place. But what you have to consider is that the car did not go cold. Oh, it did. What was it? Okay. That's a rig pick mix up because 3.1 on the card, that's not LN2 clocks. But yeah, just imagine a 4090. Like imagine a card that reaches from here to here because it's so big. This is the 01 rig pick. Anyway, there's no actual well, that's a shame. Thingy yet. Still in the process of being uploaded. What else is there? Let's have a look at a few. I'd like to see a few 3D benchmarks. How's performance looking? So this was like a pre-meet score. There's an interesting little battle going on in two-way 01 where some people are doing XP with the GTX 590 and other people are doing Windows 7 with the two GTX 1080s. Still not entirely clear what wins. I mean, I suppose the thing with the 1080s is you can always take them cold, whereas the 590, that's probably a little bit more difficult. Not impossible. But if we have a look at just the clocks, I know for 01, just the clocks isn't all that meaningful, considering all that you can do in that bench. But 8G flat for Splave. And what I always like to see is a little bit of BCLK going on. So 8G, 7.9 for Dominator on 1080 Ti as well. No B clock to speak of, really. Mike, 7.9 as well, but just better cards, I think. So 2075, yeah. I mean, it's hard to know the actual clocks without a render test going on and a sensors tab, but yeah, it appears. Oh, 32 megabytes of RAM, yeah. Gotta troll a little bit. It appears these cards are clocked higher, and then here we've got just better efficiency. And the crucial part, right, is 178 B clock. Well, 100. To be fair, 100 megahertz of more CPU clock as well. But that B clock, it takes up the FCLK, and FCLK helps nature, is the last I heard. Okay, and I'll also go into the single card ranking. So two people have had 300K. B clock, less than 8G, 1750 on the card. Ralph, 1950 on the card, and more clock. So it sort of looked like Ralph had a backup, but he must be sleeping, because this score has been up for a long time. For 9 days now. Here we go. Here's a genuine world record. Single got card, RTX 4090, Vantage Extreme, 185K. Over 100K Vantage is something that didn't exist until very, very recently. Now we're seeing almost 200K. So Splave seems a bit out of the running here. I wonder why. 7.6 on the chip, which, to be fair, doesn't mean all that much, because people should be clocking down for the CPU tests. So this is LN2 though. This will be an interesting one to look at. So where did OGS go wrong? Because how can water... Here's another group pick. Wearing this shirt. Which, by the way, was designed by Carta and printed with the help of Dr. Weeze, who resides in Australia now. So thanks to you guys. Okay, so OGS, Team AU. So we've got 100 more core. Yeah, that's not how you do that. So Vantage, okay. In OGS's defense, changing the thread count, so enabling hyperthreading, disabling hyperthreading, enabling E-cores, disabling E-cores, can be a bit of a hassle, because you can't do it full pot. You've got to reboot. You may have to Zorch up for it. You may have to retrain memory and all that. So maybe this was part of a bigger bench session. But if this was a targeted bench of this this bench mark, then it's poor form because E-cores off, hyperthreading on, all P-cores on is not the way to run Vantage. So Vantage has, for the CPU test, has a thread limit of 16. So you essentially want no hyperthreading and you want a physical core per thread. Whatever way you do that, like 8P 16E as done by Young Pro here is totally fine. You'll just have 8 cores not doing very much, maybe taking care of the OS or whatever. But what you don't want to do is have threads running on hyper-threaded threads for no reason. Because why not just enable an E-core? An E-core will run faster in CPU test than a hyper-threaded peak core. 100 times out of 100. So 158, that's more like an Alder Lake level of a CPU core, test actually. Whereas I'd expect like 175 or something here. 180, okay. That's massive. That's absolutely massive. I don't think I've ever seen a CPU test this big in Vantage. Holy shit. So 3100 on the GPU. And a Z790 Tachyon. 7600 MDI, it seems like, versus 7800. Is that 8i though? I mean, could be either. 6.1 on the cache versus 6.6. Yeah, so it seems clocked down. It's like almost like there's going to be a backup there. It's such a shame too that there's no Win7 drivers for the 4090. Okay, but that's a big score. That is a world record. Let's have another look. Has he uploaded the screenshot by now? No. I might alert him of that. Okay. So this was we've looked at. What else could there be in terms of scores, I wonder? Oh, GPU Pi. I need another beer. What am I gonna keep up? I'm gonna honor the retiree and keep this up on the screen while I get my beer. Be right back. What did I miss? Yeah, you could do a drink. It's an appropriate time. Cheers. Something's weird with my mouse. I don't like it. Okay, I was gonna look at GPPi. Okay, I mean obviously 8th globally because AMD rocks, but top Intel result for this bench. Could have probably pushed it a bit more. I mean, if the chip is doing 7.8 Cinematch 20, then it'd be doing 7.9 GPPi, right? I'd imagine. I would imagine. Okay. I thought there was going to be some more 13600K scores. Who's got the XTU? Oh, that is a global first for 6 core as well. The ECC fires. I'm not fully up to date on it, so I thought my understanding of it is if you don't have ECC enabled and you run the 4090 and you clock it really close to the limit, it may bug out and spit out a higher score. So FutureMark was alerted, and it was discovered that enabling ECC kind of prevents that from happening. But in order to be able to validate whether or not a certain score has ECC enabled, a new system info was released, which is the 5.55, and was made mandatory for the 4090. But has there been more development since then? So I saw this. I mean, I saw the forum post as well. Can of worms on its way. Nail it. Ah, there's always salt, isn't there? So XTU, funny how there's only been 3 subs on the 13600. That is funny. 0 gigahertz, eh? What about some more 3900K scores? I wish I could type. Oh, that was the Geekbench single, right? Oh no, that's Spitz run. Single stage. Okay. Here's another global first score produced at this bench meet. PC Mark 10. 90 globals. It's actually a world record. 7.7 through 40-minute bench. Now that's an achievement. Using the trusty old Optane 900p. And of course, same thing for PC Mark 7. That's interesting. Is 11 actually faster for 7 now? Windows 11. God, I hate the central start menu crap and the rounded edges. I can't even tell you how much I hate them. Like, when you've got a mouse and you're just quickly trying to reach something, what's faster? Just yanking the mouse to the bottom left of the screen? Or the top left in my case? Or trying to land exactly in the center here? It's terrible. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Oh, has a backup been posted? Oof. That didn't take long. Should be left as it is. It's a level playing field, so everyone has to bug their scores. Come on now. Come on now. Wow, how much buy? What was... That's an extra 100 points. That's actually... That's actually a lot in this bench. 7.8. I don't know if ECC existed on the older GPUs, to be honest. Come on back, guys. Sub your scores. I sort of timed going live thinking the scores will be up by now, or they'll be in the process of being up. XP is unfair for 2000. Alay's half an hour behind. You know, Adelaide is half a century behind in some ways. I went to a supermarket there, and both people ahead of me paid in cash, and that's like something I haven't seen in forever, I don't think. Let's jump into Country Cup while we're waiting here. It's always fun. So USA is first, Canada second. Obviously AMD is the interesting thing. 7-zip I don't give a fuck about. Geek. So here's the thing about Geek. So 2 ambient like placeholder scores, fair enough. But you gotta break the 7G. Like, this is the same architecture as FX. So for a multi-threaded bench like this, you want to be between 7.2 and 7.6 or so. Also, I think one of them is running pretty gimped RAM. I think it was this one. Maybe bad IMC, who knows? Oh yeah, 7850K. Of course you run into cold bugs. But if this was me, I would run 6800K, 6600K, 5800K, and 5600K. I mean, the difference between the two generations isn't that great. For whatever reason, people are afraid to run Trinity, but Trinity is to Richland as is what is it called again? Vishera is to Zambezi, right? And like, there's plenty of good FX 8150s, 8120s. It's not the clock disadvantage isn't that great, you know. And I know, you know, not every OC knows LOD test, but yeah. The thing is, when you apply LOD, every single time you run the bench, you get the boost from it. Whereas this ECC business, you could very well get a card that only bugs the run every 10th run or something, or only in like a memory megahertz range of like 5. Do you really want to say that's Harborbot legal and have people go to town like bugging their runs in exactly the right way? Windows WEG edition. I just saw. That's funny. Of course, you guys can't see it, but I'll put it in chat. Everyone has the same opportunity, but I mean, everyone also has the same opportunity if you enforce ECC. I don't really get. Actually, everyone has even the samer opportunity, if there's such a thing. It's like I'm quoting the Bible or something. All people are equal, but some people are more equal than others. But what is it, a Win 7? Okay. Not even entirely sure Win 7 is fastest for Geek 4 multi on this you know, on this platform. Yeah, exactly. Win 10. So 1057.97. That looks like a rough day in the office with PSC. That's all I can say. Single core. So Greece is first somehow, but that's just by default. Cinebench I don't care about. W prime I don't care about. Memory frequency, let's have a look. This is too similar to the stage we had. W prime 775. Oh, Win 7. XP, mate. XP or Vista. So this, Matt's got to improve this. Below 700 DDR2 is absolutely weak sauce. Like, this is on AM3, right? So I have to rebench. I have to beat this guy. But I've got 728 from a couple of country cups ago. Let's get rid of my second submission. That's just spam. So yeah, like you got to get over 700. Just blast those volts. The president has graced us. Let's do it. Aquamark. We're ready for you. Aquamark. Boom. This is it. 103170 Aquamarks. New world record for Aquamark. And it is the first benchmark in the history of overclocking to score more than 1 million points. What do you think? This is we've already had a frequency world record for the first time in 10 years. Now we have 1 million in Aquamark. 1 million points. 1 million points. Look at this shit. 1 million fucking points. It can't even display it. 1 million fucking points. 17E blank 06 It's scientific fuck. I can't even get it out. It's some sort of scientific notation. Jesus, too many Morettis. They can't even fucking display it. 1,000,000 points in a benchmark. No one's ever seen that. No one's. I was there. We were there. Everyone in chat. Fatboy not so slim. Dinos. They were there. There was. Do we have a group shot? This was the moment. This is me. This is Carla. Dinos. Chili Man. Ginger Nuts. And this is 0+0. And at the rig is Mr. Young Pro knocking out 1,000,000 points in Aquamark 2 card. Moretti, yes. That's you. Where's Neil? Where's Mr. Yeah. Sorry. How could I mix you up? You have a similar back of the head. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. 1,000,000 points, guys. 1,000,000 fucking points. How hype is that? How fucking hype is that? 1,000,000 points. They had to reprogram HarborBot to allow this validation file to be uploaded because it wouldn't display correctly. It would display as 17E blah blah blah. 1,000,000 points in Aquamark. 1,000,000 fucking points. And it's a shame. It's a shame it doesn't get front page because in their infinite wisdom, the powers that be at HarborBot got rid of globals. I think they got rid of globals for 05 and Aquamark in the same year. But yeah, crazy shit. Crazy shit. I like the rig pick. No one's impressed. Chat, no one's saying anything, chat. Maybe they're just all stunned into silence. Who knows? Who knows? And also a one-way. So I think, the 3-way would have been in reach. For sure. But I don't think we had an HD 5870 on hand. Clap, clap. But that would have been a whitewash. All Australia for all 4 Aquamarks. What was the clocks on that actually? I didn't quite see. So 8 flat. And yeah, 4 cores enabled. Crazy shit, guys. Crazy shit. So there's also the single card record, which interesting to see it on the Titan X. Man. So this is a zombie powered card. Oh, let me make it bigger. That's what she said. I like all the 8 pins going into the G power. How baller is that using a G power? Nice. So there's your single card record at 7.9. Yeah, this is a real ghetto mod. Okay. Do we have some more front page stuff? Someone must have fallen asleep. Oh, here we go. Does this have a screenshot now? Yes. So 3 Mark 11. So 3 Mark 11 also limited to 16 threads. It must not react the same to E-Core's advantage though. It must not. Because if you're running since it's all on 10 now, because the 4090 doesn't have Win 7 drivers, I would have imagined they could have done Vantage and 11 on the same boot. So not entirely sure what hyperthreading is on, but I'm sure the physics will be 51k physics. Fuck. No scaling in GT with CPU clock in GTs. Yeah, 311 has never really. I mean, in the past maybe it did, but it's not scaled much in the past. 47k combined. What the fuck? So I remember when like 20k was, yeah, 20k physics was good. I remember that. 50k physics. Fuck. What else have we got here? I was hoping for a bit more 3D. Oh, there's a PieFast up. So of course now I'm second for that chip. Thanks, Chili Man. I better post my 7 seconds, 190 milliseconds backup. That's really going to work on this ranking. So you can probably tell. I like to see the efficiency because over 100 megahertz extra, but only 30 milliseconds faster. So you can see that XP is faster. So I found PieFast really interesting because a lot of people just run it in Benchmade, but XP is legit fast. So SafeDisk is on XP and I'm on XP, and I don't think anyone else is on XP. And you can kind of tell. I mean, it's hurt by the fact that my RAM wasn't clocked as high as it should have been, but you can tell, you know, I'm out efficiencying Arsenine on AKM. I actually tied Parika. I wonder what makes him. Is there something else he's doing? Oh, he's on ADA, you see. So if you sort of compare, see, this comparison will be really interesting. Only 10 milliseconds. So I'd imagine Loud Silence would have done XP. Oh no, he did server. What are you talking about? PieFast since the beginning of time has been run with priority and affinity set. Oh, okay. I should. I wish I could just show you right now. Not window capture. How do I quickly do this? Not a window capture, a display capture. Sorry guys, this is a bit gonzo. Nearly there, nearly there. Move to top. Okay, so here we go. PieFast for Dummies. I don't know if it'll improve the score, but I'll go through the motions with you. And why is this hosted on Mega? You have to type it in manually. You don't have to type shit. So what I do is I put a pause at the beginning. And then I like to run at maximize as well. Oh, how does this work again? maybe 10. I've not run this on 10 before. But all I'll do is just, I do the same thing as I do on 1M. Command.exe, set priority real time, and then set affinity whatever. I mean, hyperthreading is, SMT is on, so there you go. That's all you have to do. Same thing as SuperPy. What's the difference there? Oh yeah, I don't know why I'm waiting for this to finish. It's not going to be amazing. Okay. What am I looking at here? Oh, yeah, no, let's not go back to that topic. So, yeah, so this guy seems to be on a stripped server. For whatever reason, server is quite okay. Probably second best after XP. And then he's on like Win 10, fully benchmated. And you can really tell, I mean, that's 10 milliseconds is nothing in PyFast. Yeah, but I mean, if you're doing efficiency testing or whatever, then maybe that batch file type thing is useful. But I very often switch to Affinity that I'm at. You know what I mean? Like if you're testing a new chip, then you try new cores, right? And I find it more comfortable rather than editing. Like if you're editing a batch file, it's like you're defeating the purpose. The whole point of a batch file is to rerun it over and over again. But if as soon as you edit it once or twice, I know it's probably not slower, but it feels to me like if you're editing a batch file, then that's slower than just having set everything manually in the first place. Anyway, that's just my approach. Yeah, so what's Splave doing differently? Yeah, I just find it sad how quickly EXP totally fell off completely. I don't get it. It's the best benching OS of all time. Clearly. I want to see more subs. So here's the 6P. Intel first. I'm on here somewhere though. Tend to not die. XP, it's funny though, XP is quite likely not to boot when you have really high stuff set in BIOS, I find. Like it'll give you some sort of system file is missing error because your B clock is too high or whatever. And then like it feels like the OS is dead, but it actually isn't. We seem to have hit some sort of hitch with the subbing. What's that 50k score? Yes. So it's on the 4090. But it is the first 500k 03. So the meta for 03 single card is you need a card that will have a Windows 7 driver. So the latest, fastest card that has that is the 3090 Ti. And it scales with GPU clocks. So you want to go cold. So therefore, global first is 3090 Ti cold. But actually, we didn't have a 3090. So the sort of next best thing potentially is a 4090, but you've got to run it on Win 10 because there's no Windows 7 drivers. Honestly, I wish there was some sort of like shim, you know, like for display drivers. If they just, I don't know how performant this would be, but if they coded a small sort of interface that lets you run all Win 10 drivers on Win 7, probably not realistic, but getting XP running, I just have pre-built images. So let's compare versus global first. I'd imagine nature will be higher because it's a cold card. I don't know what else. 03 on 10 is wonky. Okay, so let's open up our result. So 8062. I can probably just get rid of this. Yes. 8062 for the core versus 8053. So oh yeah, so yeah, GT1, that makes sense. About 4700 GT1 versus 4200. Just one spike as high. 45 GD2 and 39 GD3 versus 43 and 37. 36 nature versus 38 nature. So every subtest is up. Makes sense, I suppose, if the bench overall just runs better on 7. But interesting. Very interesting. Here's the 32M. Always nice looking at those. Oh, and a valid. So 1032M. I wonder if he ended up going for M die or 8. Ooh. Ooh. Some CPU Z windows missing here. Maybe another screenshot can be supplied. Shit. Gotta look at the sub details then. 8.256. So that's an i5. 8000. So I assume 8i. It's a crazy overclock. 136% overclock. Funny how 10th 32M falls all the way down here. So here we've got our PC mark. I feel like there should be more. Okay, 05. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. 05. 05. What a fucking bench. 8G flat. Look at this screenshot. This is the kind of screenshot you don't see anymore these days. Just cramming everything into the, I guess this is bench res 1024 by 768. Just cramming it all in. 3400 on the RAM. Over 1,000 canyons. That's always crazy to see. Over 1,000 canyons. Insane. 1.75 V core. Nice. Very, very, very nice. Route 500 behind. Let's see what happens. Let's see what he does, if he does anything. He's in the Aussie sandwich there between Team AU, Zorak, and myself. I just bought a second Strix 1080 Ti actually. I want to do some two-way stuff. 4-way 05. Oh, you heard 4-way 05 went. Let's my reporter on the ground is telling me 4-way 05 went, so we can't miss any legacy 3D scores because, as we know, that's the king of benching, the summit, the pinnacle. So, what are these in between scores? Oh, that's spit. An Aussie, a treble. Can't even call it a treble. An Aussie quadruple. You haven't lived until you've benched. So, Okay, here's the deal. 01 is the pinnacle of skill, but it takes a lot of time. 03 is the greatest. I mean, Aquamark obviously is the greatest 3D bench of all time. 03 is the second greatest 3D bench of all time. And in 05 and 06, they're like two siblings, you know? One is raw CPU power, the other one has, you know, a few tricks up its sleeve. Legacy multi GPU. Well, until you've run it cold and you want to pull your hairs out. There we go. Beating Bullshooter by over 17,000 points. Fueled by Basket Press. Shiraz, 2018. Mr. Fatboy Not So Slim in chat. Demolished second place. 8G. 4-way 05 on HD 5970. Over the 7990s. Which I wonder if they're... Let's compare Canyons. Canyons is the test that that shows you everything about this bench. Okay, so on the beefier card we've got 747 like a plane Canyons, and then on 710. Okay, so even 4-way we still see Canyon scaling in a big way. 3-way 6970 on dice. Okay, well, good luck to you. You'll need it. Okay, so 4-way 05 is down. What else? What else is there? Let's check in with its sibling. 06. The king of 3D bench. It's not the best 3D bench, but the like pinnacle. The last of its kind. 06. I think we may have a new score here. Team AU on the 1080 Ti beating Ref by 2,800 points. It's a new world record in 06. 8 gigahertz. The same beautifully arranged screenshot. Hey, Tech Tested. We were just making fun of your Geekbench 4 score earlier. Sorry. Maybe you just got a bad chip. So, there we go. Another world record, 06. Taken down by Team AU. Where are the big ones? The CC one, yeah. Okay, there's the 05. 06. I think they're still subbing. Oh. 05. Well, we could go back to looking at some Intel scores. New team submissions. I'm not even on the Team AU team. But that is a good point. If I go into Teams League and I guess everyone's in Australia OC. Let's check. Yeah, okay. So if you go in here, yeah, nothing's been subbed since Vantage Extreme. Damn. Yes, opinion. So, I mean, I haven't run it yet, but I would have imagined that, was it stage 2? I mean, okay, 2 ambient subs, but two people who couldn't hit 7G. You need to bin more chips. I just got 3 5860Ks. Well, 3 5800Ks in to go along with my golden one. I'll bin through those. But yeah, I think 7G should be achievable surely in this bench. It's pretty light. Geekbench 4 is pretty light. And I'm also not sure about, I mean, where's the 6800K sub? And where's the 5800K sub? I really think FM2 is the way to go over FM2 Plus for this stage. Okay, let's just have a gander at Intel. Why crunch? I don't care. I mean, why is, okay, I'll have a short look. Hey, fourth Globey, that's not too bad. Oh yeah, what's the voltage? That's a good point. Maybe you're just being very conservative with the voltage. Not that I'm one to talk, because I've killed, I think, 3 6800Ks already. $1.9. Come on, 1.9. So my voltage for checking whether everything is fine, like when I'm ready to actually start overclocking, like the little test score type voltage, is 1.85, and then I'll do 1.95, and I might run off a few scores of 1.95, and then I'll do 2 and 2.05, and that's probably as high as I'd go on FM2. What is it, the crossblade? Crossblade goes to 2.15, so no problem. Keep pushing it. Okay, so white crunch, I don't really care about. CPU profile max is another one of those weird, really weird benches. Is this separated out by socket or something? CPU socket. Okay, but then these two scores are fine, but then you'd want, what would you want? Potentially even something like 775. You can do 7G on 775. Yeah. Nah, Trinity, that's fake news. That's like, Trinity isn't slower than Richmond. I mean, Trinity is slower than Richland, you know, in absolute terms, but like, I would still gladly take, if I were to pick a random set of chips where I can't do any binning and I need 4 chips, I would do 6800K, 6600K, 60, either 64, I would probably do 6420K, and then I'd do, oh no, it's multi, isn't it? It's multi. Okay, so you need quad cores. Okay, so I'd do 6800K, 6600K, 5800K, 5600K, and I would do that any day of the week over 2 Richland and 2 FM2 Plus. Any day of the week. Tag score is HE. Nice. Where is he? Oh, Austria. 8G, but still has a 2G average, because that's amazing. Yeah, 775 is the way to go. I mean, even like 1155, like if you get like a nice 6.8 gigahertz 3770K or something, I could see that. No way. 8800K? What is that even? I don't even know an 8800K. Oh, 6800K. Nah. those athlons. No, that's not like, just because you see Richland written next to something doesn't mean it's gonna clock higher than Trinity. Yeah, sure, but I mean, I could maybe see 3 Richlands and 5800K, but to totally exclude Trinity and start coming up with whatever random skews you can find that are going to be lower binned, no way. That would not be my strategy. But then, you know, you're free to do whatever you want. But like, it's so easy to find a well clocking 5800K. Like, if you look at mine, which has the 32M record and stuff. So it's done 7.8 valid. This is probably the sub up. So it's done 7,000 through W prime. What did it do through 32M? 7.1. I think I was going pretty easy here. I think this chip does better. I actually don't think this is a good bin of chip either. What was the chip that was really insane that I had? I think I had a really good 5800, 5600K. Maybe not. Oh, it was a 5400K. Yeah, 7.5. What would be a good sub to look at? Oh, those are all ambient. What did it do ambient then? Yeah, 4.9 ambient. That's pretty badass. I'm seeing more scores here now. Antoine. Okay, one more little look through the other two sub stages. A lot of this stuff isn't filled yet. I can't even remember what a Vega does on air. Oh, this is LN2. Nice rig pick. FSE. Okay, well that was extremely boring. Let's look at NVIDIA. Speedway, who care? Time Spy. This is in the... Yeah, this was the graphics memory limited. HBM guides. Yeah. That stuff's not filled. I know a mad wildlife tweak now, actually. Not gonna share it yet, though. Just water? Okay, then. All right. Let's end the stream on the highlight of the stream, essentially. 1 million points in Aquamark. 1 million points. 1 million fucking points in Aquamark. Look at the gap to second. 1 million points. They had to change the coding of HardwareBot to allow this sub to be subbed. 1 million points in Aquamark. It's just crazy. is insane, and it doesn't even display properly. That's what gets me. It doesn't even display properly. Look at that. 1 million points in Aquamark. Okay, I'm gonna read off something here. I don't think the like press release and all that is out yet. But this is the tally from this bench session. 10 world records, 12 global first places, and 20 hardware goals. It was a fun bench session, and this 1 million, it was amazing to be there to witness it in person. T-Rex or Reactor? I guess you're asking. Oh, grab mount. Yeah. Okay, guys. I'm gonna end this stream before I'm incoherent from. Let's see if I. How do I face the camera and not face the camera? Did that show up? It's incredibly hard to crouch down like that, and show the back of the t-shirt. Anyway, all our names are on there. It was great. Sponsored by Intel, and highly supported by Gigabyte with some pre-release boards, Z790 tachyons. Cheers, and until next time.